February is the Valentine's Day. For some, there's love in the air, while the others enjoy their solitude.
Companion on a companion, 2020 gave everyone a brush of isolation. And we came up with one solution, like rank one solution to end this isolation, and that was dating apps.
According to the survey we conducted, approximately 67.3% of the people used dating apps. And according to the reports by the Business Insider, Tinder's subscription increased by 140% during the pandemic. The psychological reason behind this result is explained by Ms. Charanjit Kaur, a counseling psychologist.
Ma'am, why do you think people became lonely in 2020?
That is are you talking about the perspective of this COVID situation?
Right, ma'am.
Okay. Of course, see, the basic one of the need you can say is independence. And when independence is curtailed, so naturally your social networking is hindered there. So first thing, like, you are dependent on your friends, on your family or other relatives with whom you are going for outing and other things. Now suddenly there is a cut in that kind of networking. So there is a big question mark. Now you are never used to of sitting alone with yourself. So that is something which makes a person lonely from my perspective.
Interestingly, me and my friend Maitri, we did go to Bumble and Tinder and we spoke to a good 100 people in order to understand why did they join dating apps. Well, their mission was unlike ours, of course. And one common thing that came out in most of the answers was they were here for a fun conversation, for something casual, or just to complete their emotional or physical needs. Now, the question is, why are so many people choosing online dating apps for these short term relationships?
As it is so much clear that when we are in the social networking or when we talk to others, there is a kind of dependency when it develops. Sometimes it's the need of appreciation, sometimes it's like concurrence. We need to be good in the eyes of others. So it's not, this is a way we live is a social thing. It's not like human is a social animal when we say. It's not that we can fulfill our desire or motives or our life in our own way, secluded way. So of course we are dependent on others, and when we say that why short hookups, because it is a kind of like people know yes I am not going for any kind of sincere relationship, that they have in picture who is there in their mind, but for like time pass, ठीक है, who is coming to know कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है, it's just a time pass kind of thing they are doing. Let's try this is something new. So everybody has an inquisitiveness towards something which has not been done up till now. So just out of curiosity and enthusiasm they try doing, but sometimes it becomes so challenging in many terms to them later, which affects their sincere relationships also.
Though many of us join these dating apps to fulfill our needs and form emotional bonds with people we come across, but according to our survey, only 42.7% of the people believe that it is safe, while the rest 57.3% of the people believe that it is unsafe and unreliable. Ghosting and catfishing have become very much prevalent and have increased in the modern day time. It has become a menace for the present society. The question is, why these practices of catfishing and ghosting have increased so much in the advent of online dating?
Why is there a rise in the trend of ghosting, catfishing, stashing?
Okay, when we use these terms ghosting, catfishing, if I am giving a correct interpretation to what catfishing and all, because it's like creating a fake identity of yours in terms of getting appreciation or getting connected to others, like making yourself okay or making yourself good in the terms of parameters which are accepted by others. So that is something where who you are not, and you are projecting yourself as a person which is demanded, you can say, that time in the whatever way it is with others. So that kind, I suppose that catfishing is something that only, but actually when you come to reality, and then it becomes quite tough to handle the situation for yourself also. and for others also. There is a state of dilemma, there is a state of fixation when you don't understand ki now you are actually not into reality, and this is something, you start fascinating the things ki ha theek hai, aisa hai, and then you start believing your own that kind of what we say कि हवा में महल बनाना वाली बात कि हाँ I am this, I am that. When you start projecting yourself on that way as your personality on that grounds, a time comes when it goes prolonged. So sometimes you yourself are in conflict who I am. Actually, I am, whether I am like this or if someone tells you to come to reality, then you forget ki acha reality, what is the reality at that time. So this is exactly for a short time, it's fun, it's okay, but then again a limit should be taken care about it, that it should not be a manipulative kind of thing for others.
You can catfish someone, you can ghost on someone because they were nothing but mere toys to you. However, it is an insincere and unethical practice. Here are some victims talking about their scars of catfishing and ghosting.
On a dating app. I guess it was Tinder. I've used both Tinder and Bumble. So I met this guy, and he told me that he was a law student in Dehradun, and he was a year older than me. And he was studying there, and he happened to be studying at the same college my friend was studying at. And so I really thought that, it'll be a great help, like if my friend could just go up, ask around some of the seniors, and just get me an insight as to what the person is like, and if he has a clear track record. Because obviously, I'm really skeptical. I don't trust guys. And so I wanted to just clear that bubble of doubt. I asked her to go around, talk to people, and let me know. And she did. She had some friends in the law department itself, and she asked seniors, and they asked their friends, and kind of at this particular stage, we know who studies in our batch and who doesn't. We are aware of the people around us. Turns out this guy wasn't studying in that college. He wasn't a senior. And when I sent them a picture, people said this to my friend, that this guy is not even in our college because nobody has ever seen this guy. Then I kind of knew that this guy was living in Chandigarh because he told me so. He used to send me pictures on Snapchat with that location filter, and on his Instagram profile, every location was of Chandigarh. So I thought that he was in Chandigarh. He mentioned he lived in so and so sector, and I had some friends living there nearby. So I asked my friends to just, check if this guy really exists or not, because he definitely wasn't studying law in that college. So I just wanted to be sure if he actually lives in Chandigarh. Like, what was the need to lie? And my friends did some work. They just, talked to some of the contacts, and turns out this guy wasn't living in Chandigarh. Nobody knew him. When he suddenly deleted his Instagram profile in the middle of it, and when he reactivated his Instagram, I had no mutuals with him. There weren't, like, how is this possible that somebody living in Chandigarh doesn't have any mutuals with me, because I live in Panchkula, and Tri City, everybody knows everybody. So turns out this guy wasn't real. I mean, it was a real person, but it wasn't the person he was telling me he was. And he didn't have the same name. He didn't have the same college. He didn't even live in the same city. So basically, he was hiding behind something. Maybe he was using someone else's pictures and, just created a fake profile. So, yes, I got catfished, and I talked to this guy for 2 months, and I was kind of, like when you talk to somebody for 2 months, you kind of get into that zone, like, something might happen, there's a potential or so. After that, I really got scared. I did try Bumble after this, and on Bumble, this guy once met me, like not actually meet me. He planned to meet me. I happened to know him. This guy I matched with, he was one of my seniors' friends, and I saw his Instagram profile. We were already following each other on Instagram. So he quickly matched with me on Bumble, and then he started talking to me, and we decided to meet. And turns out this guy really just ghosted me. So I got catfished first. I got ghosted the second time. And after that, I deleted all these apps and I promised myself to never, ever, ever use a dating app again. Because really, it's all bullshit. You don't know whom to trust and whom not to. Because it's like anybody can be anybody. And these people just can take advantage of you and you can face severe consequences for that. So yeah, that was my story.
There have been multiple cases of catfishing and ghosting. In various incidents, Nigerian scammers catfished Australian women and looted $201 million from them. Apart from this, private detective agencies have also opened up in India on multiple levels, and the main cause of their rapid growth rate is to usually deal in love affairs.
With time, as we evolve, we develop to become better. Concepts and notions of a lot of things have changed, and that also includes love, emotional attachment, our feelings, our partner, and whatnot. So let us see, what does Generation Y thinks about Generation Z and their whole concept of having less time to filter people.
Hello, so I have a quick question for you. Why do you think love affairs nowadays are short termed and short lived?
Because the concept of the family is finishing now.
Alright, and why was this thing not prevalent in your time, or how was love seen in your time?
We don't see love in our times. Love was also an element which was seen, but family was a bigger element which was seen.
Alright.
So family is a very important thing. See what has happened right now. See now communism has gone to the basic roots, till the nursery levels, to the KG levels, and these communists, which is a religion by itself, they have brainwashed people in such a manner. They have said that sex is most important than family. That is in brackets love.
Ma'am, our first question is, why do you think love affairs nowadays are short lived?
Because they are not that much serious in today's era. While in previous era, they are much more concerned about their relationship more than anything else.
And how does an individual character, a person's character, comes in play into when it comes to love affairs?
Individuals are now more on concerning on like it's okay to have, like if I say a word to you, it doesn't mean in another sense if I got benefit from another thing. But earlier it will be benefit. The word is word only.
The word is word.
Honestly speaking, there are people of Generation Z, us, who want love like Generation Y. They want long-term committed relationships. However, there are also people that want flings and friends with benefits at this time, and this is completely alright. The important part is, whatever you do with your partner, it should be consensual and it should happen from a place of respect. You love each other, you don't love each other. Yes, our notions of emotional attachment, our innovation to date has changed, but that does not mean we stop respecting the other person. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.